Hi guys! Today I'll be sharing with you how I achieve this very natural, everyday, glowy look for the summer. Before I get into it, I will emphasize that I am definitely not a professional, but I do enjoy playing with makeup and I thought I could share this makeup routine just for the heck of it. So hopefully you will keep watching and let's get into it. First things first is obviously skincare, and I have a full morning skincare routine video which I will link in a card up above and also down in the description box below. But just to quickly summarize, today I did a sort of condensed version of my morning skincare. So following cleansing, I went in with some vitamin C serum as I always do, and I am again using the Timeless 20% vitamin C serum. After that, I went in with just a light moisturization layer with this coenzyme Q10, which I'm just about out of, so actually I'll be trying some new products coming up here very soon. Normally I would go in with a separate moisturizer layer, but because it's been quite humid here and I just haven't felt the need for that on my skin, I actually skipped that and went right in with sunscreen on top. So the sunscreens I've been using in a lot of my recent videos have been physical sunscreens, but recently I have switched over and have been really enjoying this Make Prem SPF 50 Defense Me Capsule Sun Gel sunscreen. And this is a chemical sunscreen, but also has a lot of nice moisturization features. In fact, it says on the front here, moisturizing serum? No, moisturizing sunblock. And this is just one of those really elegant Asian sunscreen formulas. You know I really love the 2015 version of the Biore Aqua Rich Watery Essence. I hear that has since changed in 2017, but I haven't tried the new formula of that yet. However, I did pick this up because someone actually in my comments recommended I try this, and I have to say I'm really impressed. So I'll just show you. It goes on quite liquidy, and it goes on pretty much invisible right away. So unlike the physical sunscreens with zinc and titanium dioxide, this just is pretty much invisible right off the bat. So I really do like that. It's very similar to the watery essence, and yeah, I mean, it's great. The other nice thing about it is it does have a lot of nice skincare ingredients inside of it. In fact, it also has niacinamide. So just a quick little note, generally I wouldn't use products with niacinamide if I'm using a vitamin C L-ascorbic acid in my routine, such as that Timeless product. However, the niacinamide in here is actually one of the products that are lower on the ingredients list, so definitely less than 1%, and as a result I'm not too concerned about it. So just FYI on that, and yeah, that's skincare, and with that out of the way, let's get into the actual makeup. First up is going to be a light priming layer, and of course, even though this look is about achieving this kind of natural effervescent glow, I still don't want to have like an oil slick down the center of my face where I tend to get quite oily throughout the day because I have combination skin and an oily T-zone. So in order to combat that, today I used the Benefit Porefessional primer, and I just take a little tiny dab of this and put it on my nose and kind of just the immediate area surrounding my nose, just so it has that extra little bit of mattifying power. So just tap that all on and around my nose and we're done. So next is going to be some foundation, and for the summer especially, but all year round as well, I don't really like to have a very heavy full coverage foundation. And today I decided to go for the Laneige BB Cushion just to kind of switch it up a bit. And this is also nice because it has actually a very dewy finish, so it is a great way to kind of give you some glow without having to do that much. And with this, I just tap it onto the center of my face. Now, I don't like to cover my full face and bring it down all through the neck, etc., because I don't like that very heavy feeling, especially in the summer, especially just thinking about the heat and the humidity kind of, you know, melting away your makeup. So I just focus on the center of my face to make sure I kind of capture any discoloration and smooth out my complexion that way. And so when I look for foundations, I definitely want to make sure it's something that's going to blend away very nicely into my natural skin tone. So again, I just tap, tap, tap all around my face. Because that Laneige BB cushion does not really give very good coverage, it's definitely a very light cover. For any of those blemishes, I do need to go in with some concealer, and I have been using this Pure Bare It All. It's actually a foundation, but I find that this used as a foundation is definitely way too intense, so I prefer to just use this as a spot concealer, and it's actually a very thick formula, and with this I just take a little tiny dab and just tap it on top and around my blemishes. So just tap, tap, tap with my finger. And because this product can go on a little bit thick, I like to go on top of this with just a sponge, and while I won't actually tap away the very top of the blemish, I will definitely use the sponge and just kind of tap and blend the concealer that's managed to get around the blemish, just so that all of that just blends in really nicely with the foundation and with my skin, so it doesn't look like there's really anything there. Alright, next up is going to be a highlighting step, and this is not going to be the shiny powder highlight that a lot of us are used to. This first highlighting step is really a more traditional highlighter in the sense that, you know, you're looking for kind of a concealer that's a little bit lighter than your natural skin tone as a way to just brighten up any dark areas of your face. And today I used the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat. And this is just an amazing product. It definitely lives up to the hype. I know this has been a long time favorite of a lot of people, but you know, I just want to again re-emphasize that it is an excellent product. So with this, I just go in and swipe along the lower half of my eye puffiness. I don't want to take this all the way to the top of my eye bag because the last thing I want to do is really bring lightness on the full puff, because then you just draw more attention to it. Also, I go around the outside of my nose and my mouth and just a little bit down the center of my face, and I'll blend that all in just with my finger, which is honestly the best blending tool there is. And this Touche Éclat really blends in so beautifully. It's so easy to use. I definitely recommend it. It's definitely pricey, but you know, it has a very luxurious feel. The packaging, I love the kind of click pen, and it just goes on and blends really nicely. Alright, with my skin complexion pretty much evened out, I'll just set that with some powder. And again, I know it's ironic because I'm trying to achieve glow, so why am I going in with a mattifying powder? Well, the powder, once again, is just for the center of my face where I am more oily and prone to get shiny throughout the course of the day. And while I do want that glow, I don't want the attention to be drawn strictly to the center of my face. And as a result, I definitely like to set that whole area with some powder. So I have repurchased the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. I have to say it's really not bad. I have enjoyed using it, and with this I just tap it with my IT Cosmetics brush and go through the center of my face. Okay, with my face then all powdered, the next step is just to do a little bit of contouring on my nose only. I sometimes contour my cheeks, but honestly for an everyday look I really just do my nose. And recently I acquired this Kevyn Aucoin Contour Book Volume 2 and I love it. So you saw that I recently also shared my Kevyn Aucoin Neo Highlighter in Sahara in my What's in My Bag video, but this little contour palette then just includes all the other things that you need to achieve a brilliant contour. It has creams, powders, and it has some shades that really can be used even as a eyeshadow. So I really love this product, and in particular I really am impressed with Kevyn Aucoin's Sculpting Powder, which is this darker contour shade that I use for my nose and also works great just for your cheeks, etc. The reason this shade is excellent for me in particular is because it has a very cool tone, and when you want to contour, especially the center of your face like your nose, you definitely don't want any kind of browns that are more warm because that just looks unnatural. You want it to look like a natural shadow, and this really does the job. Comparing it to another product that I've used a lot, which is that Art Class by Rodin Contour Kit, the powder here is so easy to use and blends so beautifully. It's definitely a higher quality product than the Art Class by Rodin, and the price also suggests that that would be the case. So in this case, I mean, I have to say Kevyn Aucoin products are just really amazing, and I do love this contour palette. So I'm just taking this all along my nose and also up to my brow, you naturally have a brow bone that kind of connects to the bridge of the nose bone, and so to make that kind of continuous stroke, that's why I bring this contour line all the way through my brow. The next thing I do is go in with some blush, and I have still been using my Real Cheeky Party Benefit Blush Kit, and this is basically just a collection of a bunch of different Benefit blushes, and today I will use the Coralista, which is a really nice coral shade, and all of these Benefit blushes do have some natural shimmer to them, so it's like they have a highlighter built in, and I just like to take this and use it on the apples of my cheeks. To add some more glow, I will go back in and use my Kevyn Aucoin powder, and this time I'm going to use the Candlelight powder, which is a highlight powder, and just dust this along the tops of my cheekbones and also on the sides of my forehead. And this is such a nice highlighting powder. This is so natural looking. Love the way it feels and blends and looks. It just again looks super natural, which is the most important thing I think for me anyway in a highlighter, because I just don't live in a world that I can go around with a stripe of shine down my cheek. So this will definitely look appropriate in any setting, including your professional office setting. Okay, and then last little bit of powder here, I'll just add a little bit more definition and go in with the sculpting powder again in that Kevyn Aucoin palette and just use it in the corners of my eyes as a little eyeshadow. So just blend that out with a soft brush, and yeah, just very natural. Keep it light, keep it natural, very easy to do. Alright, next up is going to be my brows. So I am still using the Anastasia Dip Brow, which I absolutely love. My dip brow you saw had a little bit of smuts on the lid, and that's because I used the lid as a palette. So when I dip my brow brush in there, I spread it out onto the lid and make sure that I don't have too much product concentrated onto the actual brush. This way I make sure that I can get nice, gentle, soft strokes rather than just depositing a hunk of product. And I love using the lid of it because it's really easy to clean and wipes nicely right off. So just doing gentle strokes to create my brows. And please forgive that I have this bug bite on my eyebrow that's got a bit exposed there, and I don't want to cover it with any product, so my eyebrows are not going to look the most even today. Alright, so now my face is mostly done. I'm just going to top off with some mascara and lipstick. And I am going in first with the Innisfree Skinny Micro Nara mascara. And this is great because it has such a tiny little wand that makes it just perfect to get all of the detail in my lower lashes that are pretty much non-existent. So a couple of swipes of this just to give a little bit more definition. For my upper lash line, I'm going to be using my Estee Lauder Sumptuous, which is one of my favorite everyday mascaras. I also like to get this in the travel size because I find that the product tends to dry up in a full size if I don't use it up pretty much right away, which I never do. So the travel size is actually a lot more economical, and yeah, it's easy to get for free from the counter, but then also, you know, from eBay, for example. So I really like this mascara for an everyday mascara. Alright, so now we just need to top this off with some lipstick, and today I am using the YSL Rouge Volupté Shine lipstick in this very pretty coral color. And for this, it just is such an easy product to use. It's very much like a balm and feels like a balm too. I believe there's like some oil in the actual formula that makes it super hydrating and super moisturizing. It's definitely not a long-lasting color, but if you like anything that's like a balm and easy to apply and just gives you a nice sheer cover of color, this is a great product, and again, just feels so nice on the lips. And man, don't you just love YSL packaging? They really just know how to package those makeup goodies, don't they? Alright, so now I am pretty much done with the face. Since my hair is second day hair, I am actually going to go in just with a little bit of dry shampoo, and I am using Chlorane today. I also really love Batiste, if you recall from an earlier favorites video, but Batiste and Chlorine are both some of the best dry shampoos that I have ever tried, and I have tried a lot. I prefer this to Perfect Hair Day, for example. So with this, you just spritz it into the roots of your hair, mess it around a bit with your fingers, and voila! You have instant volume and some nice texture and hair that doesn't look like it's a greasy mess. So that wraps up my makeup routine to achieve this very natural, healthy, glowy look today. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to leave me comments, rate this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys very soon. Alright, bye!
Baby, I know that's the way. You know, you must try the new ice cream flavor.